movies out there that you don't like, that make you angry, frustrated, and give you that I want to choke someone feeling. But sometimes we lack the words to really articulate why a film made you feel that way. I'm Spencer J. Gilbert, and I've been hating on Transformers now for 4 honest trailers and counting. Oof. Let me be your guide. Let me show you how to hate on a movie at the highest level. This is haterade. Just to get the basics out of the way, here are 3 of the biggest, broadest, incontrovertible reasons the Transformers films aren't just bad, but a detriment to cinema and the human race at large. Number 1, incoherence. If I say Michael Bay looks like Spirit Stallion with Cimarron, you can agree or disagree with the statement. If I say Michael Bay hula hoop banana water slide, the only appropriate response is, those words mean nothing, I think you're having a stroke. The same can be said of the plot and characters of the Transformers franchise. Their defining feature is nonsense. Storytelling has a certain physics to it, where an event sets off a believable chain of cause and effect. You believe it because you feel like you know the rules of the world, you know who the characters are, and you believe that they'd react a certain way given the circumstances. But in Transformers, characters just say things. Shit just happens. And then it ends. The Allspark kills Megatron. Then a shard of it brings him back to life. Shia LaBeouf is just a kid. Then he's Transformers Jesus. Then he's never mentioned again. Optimus Prime can't fly until he suddenly shoots into space like the goddamn Challenger. Is this because most of them have 3 or more credited writers? Probably doesn't help. But these aren't stories. These are cinematic obstacle courses, with a dork, a babe, and the Autobots at one end, the Decepticons and some magical booble box at the other, and a whole bunch of explosions and military porn in between. Which, okay, sounds exciting, but by the 3rd time all the heroes survive the goddamn apocalypse, you realize the course is rigged. The booble box didn't matter, whether it was the Allspark, or the Seed, or the Shard, or the Matrix, or Merlin's magical robot stick, and the characters get nothing to do but cardio and the occasional bit of racism.
This looks like a cool place to kick it.
Good storytelling hides the contrivances it takes to get the heroes from A to B. The Transformers franchise rubs it in your face like a fecophiliac. How could something with this high of a budget, with so many assumedly smart people working hard on it, still come across as so lazy? In every Transformers, there are inexcusable mistakes you wouldn't make on a student film. There are green screens that don't get keyed out. There's the same footage that gets reused across multiple movies. There are scenes that go from day to night to day again. There are aspect ratios that twitch faster than Michael Bay's assistant dodging a cell phone. Regardless of your emotional connection to these films, you can't excuse the technical errors except to just say they didn't care enough to fix them. And that only reinforces how little the studio and director thinks of their audience. You, moron. Number 3, no one can deny this, they are too long. I don't think this point needs elaborating, except to point out that they are on average 30 minutes longer than Citizen Kane. If you can't tell your fighting robot story in 2 hours or less, let someone else tell it. Okay, Transformers movie fans, I can almost hear the drool hitting your keyboard as you type your objections through the screen. Number 1, just turn off your brain and have fun. You say this like fun and thinking are mutually exclusive, like fun comes from some organ other than the brain, like the fungs or the funmic. To show you why this response doesn't hold water, please refer to the existence of hundreds of movies that are insanely fun, yet don't require you to go full vegetable in the theater. Independence Day, dumb fun. The Mummy, dumb fun. Jurassic Park even, dumb fun. You don't need to be a genius to enjoy the kids running away from the dinosaur movie, but at least you care about the kids, you wonder if they'll make it out okay, and you can tell what's happening on the screen. But they made billions of dollars! Okay, true, the franchise has made an obscene amount of money, but if profits really are standard for art and entertainment, you have to admit the inherent value of a few other wildly successful things. You've got Fox News, the Kardashians, Justin Biebs. Is that really the hill you want to die on? Flanked by Tucker Carlson and Khloe Kardashian while Justin Bieber's baby croons softly in the background? No. My theory is that these movies are successful because they make for great trailers. They look just cool enough to get you to plunk down your money for one more try. Then they piss motor oil all over your stupid face for thinking this time would be any different. It's not. Oh, but the comics and the video game toys TV show was cool. No. Stop that. You can't move the goalposts like that. We were talking about the Michael Bay directed live-action Transformers films and nothing else. Now, I'm told that Optimus Prime and Shockwave and Bumblebee, they're actually pretty compelling characters in the extended universe, that they have unique looks and traits and arcs and stuff, but that has not translated to these movies. They're all grumpy, monotone junkyards. Now, I'm legally an adult, so I haven't really dipped into Transformers lore since I made my Optimus Prime toys fight my Ninja Turtles toys. So I'm gonna bring in Transformers expert Jay Washington to give his 2 cents on this. Jay, come on.
Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate it. Here's the problem with the Transformers movies, okay? We grew up with Generation 1. Optimus Prime, Ironhide, Ratchet, Hound, Bumblebee, Starscream, Megatron, all these cars, planes, jets, guns, even radios we knew and loved. Soundwave's supposed to be a boombox. Everybody saw Do the Right Thing. You wanted a Soundwave on your shoulder. You didn't get that, you got a satellite, okay? And don't get me started on the Dinobots. Everybody remembers Grimlock, Slag, Swoop, Sludge, okay? Megatron don't get his life right. Starscream looked like he belonged in a lot of other places in several other foreign countries, and not just foreign planets.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate it.
And we didn't even get the real Ultra Magnets, okay? This is just wrong.
So yeah, I guess if the extended universe really is better, gold star to you. Please let it start bleeding over into the movies. Please. Okay, let's say the argument's still going on. You're ready to just scorch the earth and get on with your life. Here's a few dirty tricks to throw out there. Yeah, this is the argument equivalent of Bolo Young blowing sand in Jean-Claude's eyes in Bloodsport, but it's kill or be killed out there, and the Cobra Kai shows no mercy. Okay, for one, the US military literally uses these movies to market war and becoming a soldier to kids. Like, this is official propaganda. Do you wonder why there's always that pointless military subplot in these things? Because in exchange for access to military hardware, they get final script approval and rewrites. Seriously. Number 2, there's no easy way to say this, but most of the people involved are, on the record, assholes. The first star, Shia LaBeouf, is a serial plagiarizer who steals people's work, and when he gets busted, tries to play it off like it was part of some stupid art project. Mark Wahlberg committed actual hate crimes. He beat a Vietnamese man in the head with a stick and yelled racial slurs while he did it. And if your reaction to that was, "It was a long time ago," what did you do for fun when you were a teenager? Also, the Wahlburgers logo looks like a nutsack. I said it. And then there's Michael Bay. I mean, what is there to say that hasn't been said about his winning personality? Megan Fox compared him to Hitler. He parked his Ferrari in a handicap spot with a reporter sitting shotgun. And the only thing that seems to shut this guy up is the faulty teleprompter at CES.
I try to take people on an emotional ride, and excuse me, I'm sorry.
Okay.
God, I love that clip. But look, finally, even if you're a Bayhem fan, as I am outside of the Transformers movies, Pearl Harbor, and all the other ones that aren't Bad Boys or The Rock, I'll leave you with this. Transformers has trapped Michael Bay. These movies have robbed us of anything even close to original out of him. He said before the release of both of the last 2 that they'd be his last, but both times they drag him back in. He's a casualty of the Transformers franchise just as much as we are. And if you believe in Bay's future, please join me in rooting to kill off Bay's past. So there you have it. I hope I could be helpful in your next Flame War with some anonymous commenter named Deceptibong69. What would you like my help in hating on next? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll be back for another episode of Haterade. Or not. It's not like you paid for this video, ingrates.